Let's wrap things up today with this kind of a problem. Before we do, let me say this. Online work has been kind of tricky. You're doing a great job. Keep working hard. I'll keep working hard. We'll make this work together. Our job is to find the equation of a line that passes through this point with this slope. There are 3 or 4 different techniques for working this problem. The technique I like to use starts with the slope formula. Let's take the slope formula and fill in everything that we know. Do I know the slope? I do. It's 3. Let's make that 3 look like a fraction. This 3 is an x number. Plug it in for x here. This 7 is a y. Plug it in for the second y. Now let's treat this like a proportion. Take this 1, distribute it to both of those. That's 1 times y and 1 times -7. That's 1 times y and 1 times -7. Then take this 3 and multiply it by both of these terms. That's 3 times x and 3 times -3. 3 times x and 3 times -3. Now let's do what we need to do to get y by itself. I can get y by itself in one step, by getting rid of this -7. I'll get rid of subtraction of 7 by adding 7. -9 and +7 is -2. There's the equation of the line that passes through 3, 7 with a slope of 3. Let's try that process again. I'd like to find an equation of a line that passes through this point with this slope. I like to start with the slope formula. Let's fill into the slope formula everything that we know. Do I know the slope? I do. It's -1/2. This 4 is an x value. Put it in for the second x value. This -1 is a y value. If I plug it in here, the -1 will be next to this negative. And I know that 2 negatives make a positive. Now let's treat this like a proportion. We'll multiply this 2 times each of these terms. 2 times y and 2 times 1. 2 times y and 2 times 1. Take -1, multiply it times each of these 2 terms. -1 times x, -1 times -4. Here's -1 times x, and -1 times -4 would be a +4. Now let's get y by itself. I can do that in 2 lines of work. First, get rid of the +2. 4 minus 2 is 2. Now get y by itself by dividing by 2. Two divided by 2 is 1y. -1 divided by 2, I'll just leave like that. And 2 divided by 2 is 1. There's the equation of the line that passes through this point with this slope. I sure have enjoyed working with you all today. Keep up all the hard work. I'll see you next week.